In this section, we will be looking into cameras in After Effects. I have already arranged the shapes. So right now, if I select the shapes, you will be able to see that they are at a distance. And because this is the top view, the front view will be here. And this is the Z depth of it. So if in front view, I have a point light, so we have some drop shadow casting onto each layers. Now we need to create a camera. So we can get into Layer, New, Camera. Camera settings will pop up. And here in After Effects, we have two types of camera, one node camera and two node camera. Now I choose the one node camera, and you can have the preset and you can change whatever mm that you want. And you have the zoom and all informations over here. You click OK. So this is my first camera. And in my one node camera, I have my position, orientation, basically the rotation. Now I rename this into one node camera. Now let's take a look to create another layer that is two node camera. Create, and I just press enter to change the name, two node camera. Now if you take a look at here, normally in After Effects, we only have one camera in one composition. If let's say we accidentally added another camera, it will only read the upper camera layer. So if you take a look at here, I try to move this to the side and I select both camera, you will be able to see that on the right hand side is one node camera, on the left hand side is two node camera. So if you take a look at here, you'll be able to see that the difference. In one node camera, we only have the position, whereas in two node camera, we will have point of interest and position, which is this is the point of interest and this is the position of the camera. Let's try to move the figure of one node camera. Right now, we are viewing the one node camera. I just turned off the two node camera. If you take a look, my camera move and show the whole scene. So in one node camera, it is good to let you move around the scene or follow a path. For two node camera, we have an interest point over here. So when I move the position, only my camera position is moving. The point of interest is locked. So if you take a look at here, the camera is oriented slightly to focus on the point of interest. I can also animate my point of interest. In this case, for two node camera, normally we will use to animate something that we want to focus, for example, a logo or a title or an important object. And this is the difference between one node camera and two node camera. There are camera tools on top of the toolbar, and this is the rotation where I can move, rotate my camera, and you see the orient is changing. And I can move my camera, or I can zoom my camera. You can always use these tools to stage your scenes, then you keyframe your position or orientation. So let's take a look at here. I can keyframe like this. I click on position, I click on rotation, and I can zoom in, and I can change the scene that I want to zoom in. You can have your animation like this, or here I just zoom it out. You can always select one of the shape, and it's easier for you to move around. So this will be the animation. If let's say you are using one node camera. For two node camera, you can use the tools, camera tools as well. But when I'm moving the scene, you will be able to see that the figure for point of interest and positions will change together. So let's keyframe my point of interest and position and move to a place that where I want. And maybe I move it side here, I zoom it in, and you'll be able to see that sometimes it's a bit hard for me to control. So if you take a look at here, there are two things keyframed, the position of the camera as well as the position of the point of interest. So this is how it looks by using two-node camera. We can also keyframe animation like this. If let's say we are going to focus on the center, and we can just move our camera and move it slightly like this. You will see that the camera is always focused at the center point. So now, if let's say we have a two-node camera and right now I want to resume it back to the original state, I can uncheck the keyframe and press reset. If let's say for one-node camera, we want to reset it back to the original position, I can also press reset, and if you take a look, it turns into two-node camera. We can always select the layer, go up to camera settings, and change it back to one-node camera, and click OK. We can always change our camera settings if we want to. So this is the types of cameras in After Effects.